I'm putting together a desktop out of an old piece of plywood and this nice figured maple here, and I want to attach this on here. And this is curved upwards, this is curved downwards, so they'll cancel each other out, but that means I need a very sturdy connection on here. So I'll pin the pieces together using pieces of bamboo skewer, and I'll drill the holes with this dowel jig that I made. This is a very hard piece of wood, and that just goes on here like so. So I drilled this hole across my guide hole, and that allows me to eject the chips without having to pull the drill all the way out, because I do have to back the drill out a few times, otherwise the chips get stuck in the drill and that just ends up burning the hole. Now I just got to transfer the hole locations to my piece of plywood. I'll just give these skewers a quick sanding to make sure I get good glue adhesion before I cut them apart. And it's always risky showing standing dowels in a YouTube video because of the dirty comments that often attracts. But if you feel a need to make jokes about sanding thin dowels like this, you're clearly deficient somewhere. I'm going to do a full dry fit on this just to make sure it'll go together nicely. So that was a little bit tricky to line up because the board is curved upwards and the plywood is curved downwards, but I managed to get it together. And for the most part, there isn't much of a step between the two pieces. A slight dip because the plywood curves down a little bit towards the edge there. And here comes the stressful part. And with a bit of scraper work, there's still a tiny bit of step here. But that's not bad considering this was under tension when I glued it up. Now I'm just going to cut some notches in that thicker bird's eye maple so that I can fit that standing desk frame that I bought from FlexiSpot. And this is the same frame that I used for the standing desk for my wife, but this one's for me. Because occasionally my back hurts, so I'd been experimenting with setting up a standing desk in my office, but with these boxes, switching between up and down is just far too time consuming, and I don't want to be standing the whole time. And with the desktop put together and varnished and put on the frame, I used the occasion to reorganize my basement office, and with the desk on this wall, I no longer have to worry about glare coming in from this window, so I can leave the blinds open. And this is the second time I've bought one of this exact same desk frame. I like it because it's simple and sturdy and not too expensive. And I have affiliate links in the video description. And this new one has a fancier controller that also shows the height and an anti-collision mode, which by default is set way too sensitive, so I just gave it a slight shove and it backed off. And you can change the sensitivity of the anti-collision mode by pushing both buttons at the same time for a while. Now it's in a different mode and less sensitive. Oh, too high. And while I was at it, I also got this newer drawer cabinet for the office. And that replaces this ugly old dresser, which is also very space inefficient. I just had it in there because it came with the house. And this thing started as a very weird looking dresser that was on the curb in the rain. And I brought it home and I cut the legs off and I cut the mirror off the top. And then I wasn't sure how to get the ugly pink paint off of it, but it turned out the top lamination of the sides actually got loosened from the paint. And so I could just peel the whole lamination with the paint off of it. And then I fixed the drawers and I revarnished it and put legs on it, and now it's a very practical piece of furniture for in here. And the drawers are not terribly deep, which makes them not ideal for clothing, but for storing various other types of stuff, they're perfect. But back to this desk, watch out for that anti-collision feature, because that wasn't in the manual when I bought it. And if you buy one, use my affiliate links. And one of these days I'll make a short drawer to fit in front of this mechanism here, but that'll wait for a bit.